your motion. Bengali jump in the motion. I was living happily at my mother's home when I met a little girl that caused me to roam. Systematically because
Papaya Nanka or your posting, to say, Okaka na dream, Kaigana, said ya inya found Hudia, na energy Ashinakumamu Emma, who share Asa Yaudia Dinamo. A sign, enum ya Nanka independence, Bresso, Womobo, nom diasa. Then so a sanatin, I know to me say, what the etu a yawa, a debreo, sabre. Put to promo, and a baby bessie na dream. Usha anima utumu se enuhubi edanen so ewo nanim asembisa se de inama wanu no hui na die ntina esiye
na me a private soldier ewo 5th battalion of infantry Tamale na I happy here ni say
America for Bambo maybe a friend Central Intelligence Agency and they kasai Womu Kratania, dear Trentia, Womu far palms on between Krumano, and the daddy, they have been declassified, the daddy. It's new. So, Nam said, Western countries now, America, Britain, Germany, no moon to me see be a minty. And no far palm, a two or side for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Kenneth, at the year a boy procacra or Flagstaff House, now. Ukopimo ha hunu se 2 year to 2 year no abon tokuro hunu no ewo wo no ho na wo kan se ebrebia obofa Flagstaff House nani bo entokuro nso pa na eso kotwa kakra na ema ne refree die siye emfie be aduanan enso echi yene ken kwashi entwetwe nkomo kakra ebra wo mutu Kwame Nkrumah no na wo hobi wo hunu die siye mpo wanu no ho se na wo ka ho bi
Soja no ayewugunu afibia ye exercise about 3 or 4 times. First one no ye platoon battery drill. Ye wia na ye call company exercise. Ye wia na ye call battalion exercise. After battalion exercise no na ye call brigade exercise. Se ka se brigade also Accra, a Southern Command. It has 1 brigade. And you want Northern Command, which starts from Kumasi. It also has 2 brigades. So the 1 brigade no comprise of the South as Takradenia in our account. And the 2 brigades no comprise of North as Kumasi Sunyai and so count.
Ken ene ne mfefo bebre eka womo a womo fa won so ema womo tu omampanyini Kwame Nkrumah na eso sabre no na womo hunu se eneye ya na womo da ne di no na ye kwan a womo de fa so ama omampanyini Kwame Nkrumah omatu na de so obi be ka se senka no womo nimu a naka ombetumi asesa Ghana ye hyebre sese yi wo February ne da toso aduonu baako afia pema hankron ne adusiansia Kwame Nkrumah etonito efrinkran ede nani kire Hanoi no Democratic Republic of North Vietnam no mampanyini ya no ho eye Ho Chi Minh wono neto nsafre no maneko ho nante se ya ne se wo kwakoboa no na Vietnam oko ana ewo ho no watumi aboa no ema na abrase bra otunu tino Wadinachi eja mrantewa miensebi ya na wo frɛ won Presidential Commission na no na ohene ene politicians mienu ena na wo nkumba February ne da toso aduonu enan afia pema hankron ne adusia ensia anopa de sium Ghana Armed Forces wo ne aposifo etu Kwame Nkrumah efa omenyi bonwobo eno ena na omo frɛ no Operation Cold Chop
sada na mi onkra ne etikotobabi na anopam ne na ne ofie esi ahmache coup ne si ahmache na radio so ena ina ti se yetu Nkrumah
the 20th of February 1966 ayenyina yenim say ye call brigade exercise. Now, if you brigade exercise bar, you are starting leave. So you need to also be called leave na because call 45 days leave. You try car straight. Mo transportation in and out in the amount. It is a leave no basa not so get be happy. Tonight him say, call brigade exercise you buy a starting leave. It is 20th na move free. Kamina barracks. Tamale. And about Polgo some few miles to Boliga. The one near what exercise no.
Sabreno, utum so my money na woman ya GE papa. Empono, ekuduru se Kwame Nkrumah na akwaye se womu di ne ho fɛw. Na eno no na enyom ahodo ene nsemfua bi ya na omatwero e wo placard so ena na womu di ne ho fɛw.
To omu koye na omu capture GBC. Enipa na owo duty na okasa no. They force him. Setna ho. Bu afidie no. Farmer papa we no obeka asema kire Ghana for. Etuo gina no so. Eni obue ma akutoka. Na go ta se Pharaoh Ghanaians. I want to tell you that today the Ghana Armed Forces are taking over the reins of government in Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah is dismissed from office. CPP disbanded. And I am Kotoka with General by then Afrifa Major. We have taken over the reins of government in Ghana. And the police in chief is Mr. Halley. He's also behind us. If you want to be with us, be with us. If you don't want to be with us, come up and see the consequences. The whole Ghana.
Ansa umutu na dia so na omo edi ne ho fɛw no na Kwame Nkrumah esum Ghana bu yie papa nsɛm a no omo kafa ne ho ene sɛ Kwame Nkrumah yobia na wo ha dwene yie tietia nkrofo fa ho die so woye panimu ana woni hute nanso wasai omen yesikasem na wache Ghana for fa ho die a wono ankasa ekonye edi free abrofo ingresifo ensem nanso Kwesi Pratt uhunu na saa
ye tu Kwame Nkrumah besinde sanye nyomo ye ya hwa ne aton kakra kedma fo kra kintimi tu awonka enti aboa he form papa
na me directly working under Osajifo
na ade na ne yenye ye yankasa television sets ye radio sets ye refrigerators ye meat factory ye factory ahodo ye mpaboa ye ntuma ne ade ena de nkura ne ye ne Ghana etu Kwame Nkrumah we de ne ye na
mente do kuri so friend ku ye ne tese wo so na ye ku aya hemanachi na e bi sese ne den wo se wo nyatu ye ipe dimirika wo nyatu ye se den wo se wo nyatu Osajifo to bia one ye adwuma no won kwa adwuma
ansa womo bobo ndewuro de di kan kra se womotu Kwame Nkrumah no Yera Kenneth Kwashi ekyere NDC
Major Kwaku on an commander of the 5th Battalion of Infantry was falling. There's a new message. According to the latest instruction from the 2 brigade headquarters, there is river crossing in this exercise. As a result, the naval personnel are at Yeji with the field engineers. So we must go and continue with the river crossing. Get on board.
Police for Etushe Flagstaff House no sono. The Urobo ye dikan ya omo ekanye ewo Radio Ghana se coup esino. Nipa we ene di enim kan.
Ade na emi ho pa se obi tumi esinibo ese yina Osajifo no watu no. Na emi ho pa.
Ye bana ye bedru Samena airport will never run about. Tebedu on the Sangina. Again, Obia TV, Obia, Masembia Eka. But we're not there yet. Signal for Code West. Tango Alpha say India, what message go just so far over. Dear Omuko, near the Igao. The grounds are Anna. A free fan can say Lieutenant Chahi. Only troops be. Yeah, anti word no kind, but ordinance appointed. Now that was Uncle Capture Bawa. And also quite no Okumbawa. Okumbawa and so one disconnected telephone links with your own. Nereso de Oba, Wakosha table biase. And she's not a soldier until you can't fire her. No, or the power fruit to land room, ecoloco, signals, a garoon, because generally they will a corner, say a local. Yes. Okoyana said, there must assembly, and a bow, I don't know for a telephone. And no friends are Lungu, the commander of the president's own guard regiment. No, say, soldier for be abekum mikru. No, say, soldier for no free. No, say, minim baby or free. At Taliban, I show was it moody green wabi. Now, one who crown or boss, a man who crown a ball mumaso. It is not the Lungu so feel say, some foreign soldiers. And straight. Or the message back, first of all, said, you people must be alert because our president left for Hanoi this morning. And this is what has happened. So you'll be attacked at any time from now.
Womo ekai se kuesi enunti Dr. Kwame Nkrumah na she say womo tuna dia so.
There was no airport be or two or take it off. Be a coffee. You say minimum do there assess what to all five of for plane pay. Near to whom airport or Miss Coffee. You say, Yawda, I am not be. Yawda, I am not. So I am not telling so you could not. Or a party, to go to him to win at 60, 15 to a party, and I could be. I'm saying, not him and I say, me right, I check, not him and I know you could.
The first canoe, the Etienne fire. Mage, all type of languages. Negatum. Our higher baby, I'm telling you, bulletin all. I know they're in Ukraine. Miangasa Kuraka, if Koyam and Namso and Africa Musi from Numeru. Hey, Otoya, and yes, I'm going to. I think, hey, anything. Na yetie ye ni se wahu baby a sinotaf no wonu samre no motu amna bi o se na ye cable no mo ye usenzo se pipe no munyamfa ba ne on wotu amna no te se ne a ye bele electricity cables ana se pipe o mo ye eti ye dwane no ne ye kohwe amna no mu oh we de yakopon ama ye trench ene ye nko baby abi o se ye tan ni facing kofu Freya Tani Suswa Sagmiga Moro Fulani, no order. Captain says she is so. Said, dear, say, Omo Bono Bulletino, Echa Wall, no, eti Agriano be a bon and in Trons and Nino Bacono. Across you know, so or we are better got him. We couldn't see our commander.
Quite Ben so. And Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ete asemi.
He moved to me. And back there's a curtain which one open see the economy. So we opened and saw that the ministers were there chatting with the people. The other people, like the security people, the other government officials who were accompanying him. So he closed the curtain and stood in front of me and said, he called me my son. My son, have you heard of what had happened in Ghana? And I quickly said, the coup. And so he asked me, what is coup? What do you know about coup? Then I gave him my definition that when the military takes over from an elected government.
And Sana one Captain Akufu, no a commander of a company. This man, Yakubu Inshali. On the capture APC Baku. If you do me, I do you, Baba. And Sana, Lieutenant Ampofu, Diko Bonukrachi obey a champion. Send the ADC said, oh, Pogisa, the man is clever. Krofonu 220 years was a keep quiet. This is deliberate fire control order, so you must listen to me. Send up as a Krofonu 2 no Mushoto and Sana. Kwame Nkrumah also call Chan Hanoi. Crow could do to know your friend Nompen. Nompen who could do our teacher. Yatuno. Now, if you are a free Tamaliba in Madikwa Bayo. Oh, illiteracy is a disease.
I ain't Ghana in the two Kwame Nkrumah. Western powers in the two Kwame Nkrumah.
The magic of it, what made it so exciting to the CIA, was that Howard Bain had had enough imagination and drive to run the operation without ever documenting what he was doing, and to sweep along his bosses in such a way they knew what he was doing, tacitly they approved, but there wasn't one shred of paper that he generated that would nail the CIA hierarchy as being responsible.
But some people say, American CIA for, and what now they were. It may be true, but I will not believe it. If I will believe it, I will believe it on account of my own hearing.
I ain't Ghana in the two Kwame Nkrumah. Western powers in the two Kwame Nkrumah. And Omunya Ghana for a crabby cocaine.
To the best of my own thinking, me says since after the coup, Kotokani Afrifa was the people mentioned, and they became the honorary, respected president and vice president. They planned it.
Oh, two quanquero, or flan. Uncle Fu could say, a day, a bay, a benya, no, me no to code, you know. You to code, you know to code. A chin, I'm castle. You said about 3 of them were airport tour. With Jano Quanti, or 2 no, was a hair. When you call, when no crop for but 1 year, civilians, no crop for upper assem. Well, so general and police.
Citizens of Ghana and fellow countrymen, good evening. The Ghana Armed Forces took over the reins of government of this country after a successful overthrow of the regime of Kwame Nkrumah in what may be truly described as one of the boldest ventures in the history of this country.
The Khmer said, "Bebrina no mo fa won so editu Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Ebra na womani enna won ho so. Nanso bra woni ba won ho so no na ohaw no enyesi."
And then he dropped the message that this is the beginning of the future problems in Africa. But it will not only be in Ghana, but it will happen other African states. They will take over. There will be coups, until the whole of the African continent sinks into the ground. And he quoted the Bible passage that unless the seed falls into the earth and dies, do not bear fruit.
Ghana for the Omunia Bonibia, said Ghana mine, said mine, and your bonny.
Ododo na Dr. Kwame Nkrumah woman in my Ghana nti wamana so na oguso eni omudi nkomo e free Conakry efa radio kasefidi so.
In fact, Nkrumah ebro could do Conakry e wo Guinea no. Na okasa e wo mu radio so. Na okasa ne kasa no oka no ne du Ghana ha. Enti efie bebre anado or yet broadcast na nkofo attune to radio Conakry etie ne nsemo ano okeka na me papa say no tatie no pa time we be broadcast bi ano tie otie ayi na ye tibi nti no nigga na man kasa from Conakry
ku yechi Ghana den pa na yenya
politics inti why are we not Ghanaians? Because of the orders from Zualungu after he have received a message from Bawa's wife. That because actually Krana you capture our money don't call Rekino. Our moon say you shatari bako the same crown. Now one who say almost status on fire. Now you answer you knew who says so. You fire.
Ye be share na what you send ne. Nenso dwumadi betimi asan hwe ne biom enwumere na wotwe.